Hi, this is a Marmont Moment with Tom Sariski of the Film Production Degree Program at Full Sail University. Today, I am talking about Adriana Trigiani, award-winning best-selling author, television writer, producer, and film director. Adriana spent her childhood in the small coal mining town of Big Stone Gap, Virginia. To date, she has authored 14 best-selling novels, co-authored a cookbook with her sisters, was mentored by, wrote, and directed for Bill Cosby on The Cosby Show and A Different World, co-produced Green Chimneys, directed Queens of the Big Time, which won a Hamptons International Film Festival Award. She has adapted 2 more of her novels for the big screen, and of course has completed the big screen adaptation of Big Stone Gap, along with producing and directing the movie that will be coming out this summer or fall. This past October, she returned to Big Stone Gap to fulfill a dream. She originally wrote a screenplay titled Big Stone Gap, but could not sell it to a studio. She turned it into a novel, which made the New York Times bestsellers list. Then, for the next 15 years, while writing numerous other novels, touring, lecturing, producing, and directing, she waited until she could find the deal to make her movie Big Stone Gap her way. I asked Adriana what she thought the role visual arts plays in society today, particularly in her profession. She told me, "Artists have the same job throughout time, which is to describe, dramatize, visualize, and honor the emotional life of a culture. Art is always about emotion, about the unseen, made manifest in life, no matter the form. So whether I'm writing a novel, a play for the stage or movie, I'm thinking about the audience. Usually one person who has picked up my book or stolen into a movie theater for a reprieve from her hard work life, who needs to be transported to another place in time, and perhaps to be reminded of the dazzle of her own dreams." I went on to ask her about new communications and media technologies that make imagery almost instantly available, and whether she believed it would have a positive or negative influence on her writing, producing, and directing. She replied, "Technology has been nothing but fabulous for filmmakers. We film on digital now, which means that we can keep shooting longer. It's less expensive, and the results are beautiful. I shot a documentary film on 16mm in 1996 and a feature on digital in 2013. And the process with the feature on the technical side was simpler. However, I love the saturation and beauty of 16mm, but find that you can absolutely get those effects with digital." I wanted to go a little deeper with that, so I asked her what popular images she sees repeated throughout the industry, and she replied, "Movie making is all about trends. A particular director's style will come in vogue, and suddenly everyone is parroting that style. But the true originals don't care about that. They just tell the story as best they can, with the vision they have and the tools that excite them for an audience that's rooting for them." Of course, I had to ask her who her favorite visual artist was and her favorite style of visual art, and her answer did not surprise me given the many things she is involved in. She replied, "I love fine art, paintings in particular. But all sorts of art speaks to me. Ceramics sometimes, music, scene painting, architecture, urban planning, films, television. Really, I'm thrilled by art in many styles and forms." Finally, I asked her how her knowledge of famous artworks influenced her creative process. And as a true artist, she replied, "You know, it's not the famous artwork that I hold dear, but the sartorial talents of my grandmothers who kicked ass with a needle and thread. Art to me is anything that elevates the spirit, promotes a certain romanticism. So for me, my mother's wedding gown is the most glorious work of art that ever existed. You see, it's all in how you view the world and what you treasure. That right there is your art." I would like to thank Adriana for answering my questions. And that wraps up our Marmont Moment for today.